Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Statements by Rainbow. And in this story, we will be talking about ALEAH. She was 19 years old, born in January of 97. This is out of Indiana. And her life ended tragically on July 16th, 2016. ALEAH's life started off rough already in her early years as an infant. She had a stroke that left her completely immobile, so she needed constant care. She had a wheelchair and used medication to control her seizures that were very severe. ALEAH enjoyed riding the school bus, musical toys, and going on school outings, as well as the rides at the amusement park, such as Disney World and the West Side Nut Fall Festival. ALEAH was always happy and a joy to be around. She lived with her mother and sister, and on July 17th of 2016, the two had woke up to see ALEAH missing from her bed. So that sent up red flags because, of course, ALEAH couldn't walk, as well as her wheelchair being beside her bed still. ALEAH's sister called 911 and stated that her sister was missing, and the dispatcher had asked how old was the sister, and the sister had stated that she was 19, but that she was disabled. And so the dispatcher had asked, what type of challenge did ALEAH have? Was it mental or physical? And the sister kind of hesitated and said, I think both, which can be understandable because you want to make sure you answering the question right. So the sister had stated she couldn't walk or talk or anything. The dispatcher had heard the mother in the background and asked to speak to her. The mother got on the phone. She was crying. The dispatcher did try to calm her down. And the dispatcher had asked the mother when was the last time that they seen her. And the mother had stated last night when she put her up to bed around 9. The mother had stated they were basically in the same room almost, and that she was ready to vomit. The dispatcher asked had ALEAH ever ran away before, and the mother had stated she can't walk. They took her. So the dispatcher, yet again, tried to calm her down and asked, who do you think would have done something like this? And the mother stated, child molesters. She stated she don't know who would have done it. The dad's side wasn't around. It was only her side that was connected to the family. The mother had stated that the bathroom window was up and someone had came and took her disabled daughter. Then the dispatcher had asked the mother, had she personally had any issues with anyone that could be a suspect, and the mother stated the ex, but she didn't think he would do something like this. The mother also stated that it would be easy to tell that ALEAH had disabilities, especially given that the wheelchair was right next to the bed. The mother cried more with the thought in stating that someone had took her disabled daughter to sexually assault her, and the dispatcher had tried to calm her down and told her, don't think the worst. The mother had stated that they were asleep downstairs, the three, and that ALEAH's room was so close, as well as didn't have a door, so they could be able to easily see her and hear her. There had been lots of major search looking for ALEAH. There was even $1,000 reward, and this was considered a mysterious disappearance as well as a criminal investigation. There was assistance with the FBI, and eventually there was a confession, which the confession came from a man that was connected to the family, and come to find out that the confession was false, that he was pressured by the cousins to make the confession. Come to find out that he had been beaten into confessing a false statement. The search had continued 8 months. Now the searches did grow smaller, but 8 months later, in March of 2017, there was a body found in a vacant home that had decomposed, and 2 days later, it was identified as ALEAH's body. And the person that had took ALEAH was the ex that ALEAH mom spoke about, son. The excuse was allegedly that weeks prior to ALEAH going missing, that the mother's ex-boyfriend had got the police called on him due to him firing shots into the home, and that ALEAH's mother had called the police. So he felt that, he felt that ALEAH's mom called the police. The boy had explained to his own mother that the idea had just popped in his head to take ALEAH for a couple of days and to return her, not for anything to happen to her. He had stated that with the mother only about 10 feet away and the sister, that he had reached through the window and grabbed her hands, pulling ALEAH to him and out the window into his truck. His mother had stated how did he hold her, and he had stated he had pretty much cradled her like a baby. He had took ALEAH to a baking house that was next door to where he lived at, which was the house he used to get high, and he had been smoking all day. He had put duct tape around her mouth and her head to keep her quiet. He had eventually left for a couple of hours to go play video games and to get high even more. ALEAH had suffocated before he returned, but when he did return, he removed the duct tape and sexually assaulted ALEAH's corpse. She had remained until the home until another jail inmate had gave a tip. The boy was found not guilty. Felony, unaliving, kidnapping, and burglary. But he was found guilty on criminal confinement and abuse of a corpse. The family was in shock. They had burst out in tears in the courtroom when hearing he wasn't guilty of all the charges. After the jury had left the courtroom, the mother was crying and yelling, "What the happened?" The family didn't leave the courtroom until after 1 a.m. He had received 17 years, which was 1 year shy away of the maximum allowed. The home that ALEAH was found in was demolished in December 2017. My thoughts. The fact, we know it happens. People take advantage of the weak. A person that can talk, walk, and you so-called did this because your dad did something he shouldn't have been doing. And you feel that the mother was a snitch, so you was going to pay her back. Now, he say it was due to the smoking that the thoughts came about. I don't think so. You know how they say, what is the saying? A drunk mind tells a sober truth or something like that. That's something he probably been wanting to do, but smoking gave him more of the courage to do so. And he just, I guess, thought in his right smoking mind that he would have a true reason that probably would get him off. Well, he probably wasn't even thinking about that. Lock your windows, lock your doors. I know some people think, oh, I live in a nice neighborhood, da 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 da. You don't know what people are thinking about. You don't know who's watching. You don't know, people might know your routine. And you might have done something to somebody and they waiting to get you. And you might didn't even do nothing bad, but that person feels some type of way about it, you know? So, I hate. And then another thing. You're so stupid. You want to get your rocks off on somebody that can't do nothing at all anyway, but you wait till they're completely gone to do something for real, sexually. I definitely feel the family pain that I don't know what kind of lawyer he had, but he needed more. He needed more. I'm gonna say they should at least add about 20 more plus years to that. So they said a year away from the maximum, so it would have been 18. Yeah, I would have said 25 more, 35 more. Y'all be careful. Thank you for watching.